Welcome to Developmental Literacy 3043. This course focuses on the principles and practices for facilitating effective development of oral language, thinking skills, and literacy acquisition in young children. You will gain knowledge in practical classroom methods, instructional materials, and individualized strategies to facilitate literacy development through a balanced literacy approach, with quality children's literature as the foundation of the curriculum. The lab course 3041, which is usually taken concurrently with this, but can also be taken as a standalone. Now, let's get to our text. We're going to be using Guided Reading, Responsive Teaching Across the Grades, the second edition by Fountas and Pinnell. And we're also going to be using About the Authors by Katie Woodray with Lisa B. Cleveland. So those are two books that you are required to have. Please be sure to have the second edition. That way the page numbers will coordinate. There will also be journal articles and materials that are provided online each week for you. Okay. Attendance. Your participation and attendance is expected and is critical for your grade. Now, many of you have already taken an online class at MVNU, but if you haven't, in order to be counted present for a specific instructional week of an online course, you must make a substantial contribution to the course at least once during the instructional week. A substantial contribution is defined as posting to an assigned forum, submitting an assignment, completing a quiz or exam, or any other academic activity that's required for that specific instructional week of the course. If you fail to do that, you're going to be counted absent for that week. If you are absent more than twice in a course that is 7 to 8 weeks long, you will automatically receive a failing grade. As you know, our instructional week begins Monday at 12:01 a.m. and ends Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Your initial postings of the forums are to be posted Wednesdays by 11:59 p.m. and your follow-up postings to your classmates are due Saturday by 11:59 p.m. Your final project for week 8 is going to be due on Friday by 11:59 p.m. of the final week. This alleviates a lot of stress if there are issues submitting your final project. So please shoot to have that submitted by Friday of the final week of class. You are expected to be an active participant within the online discussion forums. Also, please note that videos are embedded into Moodle, so you'll have to be very careful. You may find them in the weekly activities. Be sure to read the course policies. Late work assignment. Late work will be accepted with a 10% per day point deduction. No late work will be accepted after the last night of class unless an incomplete has been requested and approved prior to the last night of class. These are our course objectives, which align with the Ohio Standards for the Teaching Profession, the MVNU Conceptual Framework, the Diversity Standards of MVNU, The RA standards for reading professionals, and the dyslexia standards. Here is our grading scale. Now, your weekly discussions. Each of your initial posts should be written in a scholarly voice and follow APA guidelines and be within 250 to 500 words, unless otherwise indicated. Your responses are going to be less formal, but should promote further discussion. When I'm talking about following APA guidelines, you are going to need to reference course materials or any other material that you use in your responses. They need to be referenced APA 7 style. Let's look at the discussion forum rubrics. Okay, each week the discussion forum is worth 20 points. Let's look at the advanced column. I'm going to be looking if you are synthesizing concepts and principles. In the initial response, do you use course material? Is it referenced and reflects understanding of the fundamental principles relating to the topic? Irrelevant comments are excluded. Competencies are addressed and ideas are creatively synthesized. Element 2, application of ideas, personal and/or professional examples. Does your initial response use professional and personal examples? At the same time, it integrates application of the course materials. Example applications use course concepts correctly and insightfully. Your writing standards. Is the writing clear, concise, and easy to understand? Terminology is used correctly, and the response is coherent. Grammar and spelling are correct. The assignment has been posted by the due date and time. Response to others. Student responds to 2 or more other students. Let me say that again. 2 or more other students is who you're going to respond to get all of the points. Each reply should contain between 150 and 250 words. Responses include higher level thinking and challenge perceptions using research-based information. So in other words, you should be asking higher level thinking questions of your peers. Irrelevant comments are excluded. Your writing should be scholarly and coherent. Reflective questions are asked. Citations are included when indicated. Submitted by the due date and time. APA citations for your discussion forums. Your initial response uses more than 2. In other words, you're going to use 3 research-based sources cited in addition to the course text. Sources support assertions of fact and theoretical insights. Citations are accurately used. Opinions are clearly labeled and held to a minimum unless the question requests the student to discuss personal reactions or feelings. Again, you're going to be using more than 2 research-based sources cited in addition to the course text. Literacy Beliefs Project, which is due week 8. I'm going to talk about this in a video separately that should be coming later after this one is posted. If you need accommodations of any sort, it is your responsibility to let the instructor know that you need accommodations and what they are. The plagiarism policy, it is a serious offense, so make sure that you are posting things in your own words. And if you're using a quote, that you are citing the resource that you got it from. Before class begins, be sure to read through the candidate guide and familiarize yourself with the content, procedures, and policies. I know many of you have already logged into the Moodle course. Great. Introductions. During the first week, your instructor will post an introductory announcement and welcome you to the class. I have already posted that under instructor announcements. You will be instructed to introduce yourself on the discussion board in order to meet your classmates. Should you have any questions at any time, please email me. I cannot help you if you don't let me know that you've got a question. During the first week, please email me confirming that you have read and understood the expectations as outlined in this candidate guide. It is highly recommended that you look over the final project grading rubric the first week so that you understand the trajectory of the course and final expectations. And it just breaks down week by week what your assignment is, the readings, etc. If at any time you have questions, please email me. I will also be sending a weekly video on Sundays in preparation for that coming week, so you can be looking for that. If you have questions, please ask me. I look forward to our learning together. Thank you.